Hello y'all, welcome to part 3 of my Kingdom of Belgium playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, The Road to 56. In part 2, we had a change in leadership, but before that I believe we got into a war with the German Empire because they had defeated Denmark and Iceland wanted to join our faction and they were still at war with the Germans, so that's how that happened. And besides that, Brazil joined our faction, so at this point the Benelux is more like the, the Benny Icebra, because, Luxembourg's not a part of it, so there's no Lux in there. And currently we're dealing with a German offensive. We have put up a lot of land forts in Belgium. I'm going to aim to expand that in this part of the playthrough. Hopefully, we're working on it just to make this country so defensive, just make it impossible to take. That is the plan. And we have some expeditionary troops from the Belgian Congo as well as Brazil and the Netherlands, and they're also helping out defend the country. The Belgian Congolese troops are just making their way here now. Well, I think one of them are. The rest have already arrived, I believe. Possibly. Just keep holding our lines. The Germans are at war with the Soviet Union, and I'm thinking if I can just play the long game, they'll be distracted with that for a while. Light tank destroyer program's focus is done. The Bulgarians have joined the Comintern. World tensions at 85%, by the way, I think. In our focus tree, let's complete, what can we do? Complete this here, modernize. No, continue the tank destroyer program. Don't worry about modernizing tanks. We need the best tank destroyers in the world. Here's a new infantry division, also add them to the front line. We got to defend Belgium against any enemy attacks that we may endure. And we're also training a few garrison divisions, deploy them now. Their sole purpose is to guard the ports of Belgium and to ensure that they're not vulnerable to enemy attacks. Also add this army to Army Group 1. There we go, the Germans are striking out our front lines now. Not ideal. And we got to be careful about the front lines. Use last stand now, come on, use last stand. Move this garrison army to their positions in Antwerp as well as that port near Calais. It's near the French border anyway. So garrison, get to work, please, hold our lines. Don't let the Germans take over Wallonia. If we lose the edge, we can't afford to have that happen, because if they do that, we'll lose the entire state, and that's like more than half, well, almost half of our our industry. We can't afford to lose it for that reason alone. The United States of Venezuela have capitulated. That is pretty rough for them. And Colombia is fighting the Comintern during the South American League faction. And in other news, the French are probably about to lose to the Italians. That is unfortunate for them, but what can you do? They fall Manila, that is the capital of the Philippines. The Germans keep launching offensives, we're repelling them for now. Good, let me check the casualties overall in this conflict. We've taken 55k from the German Empire, that's what they've inflicted on us. The Dutch have taken 67,000, well, we've taken 55,000 ourselves, that's 55k. Let me check this offensive, they're going nowhere. Good. Let me continue reading this. The Germans have taken 558,000, and the majority of those casualties, as you can tell, are coming from them slamming their soldiers into the fortifications of the Kingdom of Belgium and not breaking through. They have 360,000 casualties just from attacking our defenses constantly. And we're trying to fight back for a place, I believe. It's not going well. The Dutch lost a province we were protecting, and is it going to be worth it to attack? Stop it, just give up. We can't retake it. Stop. Just defend. Hold our positions now. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dutch. The Dutch are losing their provinces. We can't do nothing about that. We can work to build forts around it, but that's about it. We can just defend our part of the country. Hold this place down, please. We need more forts so we can stop attacking everything. They're attacking it, so progress can be made on the fortifications. Not good. The Germans are trying to take Amsterdam. We're holding the ground as best as we can, and some country wants their expeditionaries back. Why are you doing this to us? We need those guys to defend the front line here in Europe. Brazil, I can sort of understand, but, you guys, you joined a faction for a reason. Help us out more. Just give us more divisions. Also, Iceland, who is part of this war, isn't doing anything. They exist, and they have a bunch of Canadian expeditionaries in their capital, not really doing anything. I'm not even sure if they send any units to the front line. It's just us in the Netherlands here that are being invaded. This is what I get for wanting to fight the German Empire. They are a major power, and we're just having to sew them down as much as we can. How are we doing with the production? Fine. Produce more. Deployed another division. Here's some Lend-Lease from the Socialist Republic of Uruguay. Some fighters. That's cool. And where's these 2 divisions we need? Deploy them. Put them out with Army 2. Who wants their expeditionaries back? They're being returned to Netherlands wants them back. Okay. Well, that's somewhat understandable. I mean, their capital is under siege. So there is that. Research and production. Get a tank designer that specializes in tank destroyers. Modified government. Okay, that's old news. Never mind. Let's get an air base, more planes set up. Actually, no. Our planes are taking casualties constantly. Get some dive bombers, though. Like 50 dive bombers. Have them do a mission here. And that squadron will probably be knocked out pretty badly, and the Dutch have been forced to capitulate. That's bad. We're going to have a few troops get encircled. There's a leader in exile. Retreat, please. Retreat. Get away. Relieve them somehow. Just rescue them. We can hold on to the Hague and Rotterdam if possible. Rescue those guys. Come on. Be faster. Rescue them. Distract them for like a day. I just need a few seconds of distraction. Dutch exile leader offers services. Thank you. Missing in production. Oh, I think we got their factories now. Since they're in exile or something. I don't know. Let's see here. What can we do? Make more planes. Yes, do that. Make more guns for sure. I'm going to need to start trading with people. I've been putting this off, but I need to do it. Get some tungsten. We're in a war. We have to do this. Even though our production, our dedication to building so many forts will suffer because of this. We have to trade those civilian factories away. I mean, it will be fine. We should be fine. And how's this exile mechanic work? I don't really play democracies often. And they are at high legitimacy. Great, so they will give us some support ultimately. And in our focus research tree, let me look around here. Go to the SRD, research, business interest maybe? Or no, let me look. Yes, business interest. That'll take 180 days. Rescue those troops, please. Stuck above Amsterdam. Get it done. Rescue them. Get there in time. Just pin them down for like a few more days. A little bit longer. How much longer do they need? I need a few moments to just rescue them. Good. Now get out of those provinces we can't hold here. It's not going to last. Retreat. Just retreat, please. You guys are losing ground. They're pretty much the weakest part of our front line right now. You guys got to retreat. Fall back. Fall back. Retreat from that province in particular. And just defend the Hague, however you say it. Just defend that instead. Dutch exile leader offers services. Thank you. Just got to keep holding Belgium now, since our ally has been forced to surrender. At least they gave us some divisions. And the Dutch are great. They didn't even make it back in time. Good job, guys. Break them. Can you rescue them again, or is that it? We're going to lose a couple. We will lose one division if they are crushed up there. That is bad. Try to rescue them, though. Can we try to do that? Pull it off? I don't think it's going to happen. They have a port, so just hold out. Use last stand. We can't risk any more rescue efforts. So, when possible, we're going to deploy a couple of these divisions. We also need to go ahead and up our conscription law, I think. And that is bad. They have a port, though. But it doesn't matter because they're going to get destroyed regardless. That is terrible. Whatever, just hold your ground. Defend, please. Hold. We didn't exactly make the Dutch defense system, but we're doing our best to at least defend their land that they lost. The Germans launched an offensive. It's not going so well because they're attacking Belgium. Let me check the casualties. Rotterdam might fall. Not ideal. Please send some units over there. Please, last stand. Last stand, come on, get there. And it seems like the defensive line will become merely just in Belgium soon enough. If we lose Rotterdam and the Hague, however you say it, lose that part of Holland, that could be terrible for us. Philippines has capitulated. World tension's at 89%, by the way. We're going to lose one of these provinces, I'm sure of it. Romania rejects German arbitration. I think that had something to do with land issues. Can we deploy these guys yet? Please, they need to be out here. More divisions for Belgium would be terrific. We need more troops to make up for that lost one. That lost division that got encircled. And our motorized units, we're going to have to defend Rotterdam. And nothing else. We can't attack. We got to hold everything else now. Yeah, I figured this would happen. That's terrible for us. Because now we're losing more ground. And the defensive lines may be pushed entirely into Belgium. Because, as I've said before, the Dutch, unlike the Belgians, in this playthrough. They have no land forts. We have tons of land forts. We expected this contingency, honestly, and so we're going to hold on to some territories where we can, but beyond that we're struggling. Missing equipment in production. We need anti-tank. Get some anti-tank. Get more of that, please. Get some more austerity trains, and get ourselves some anti-tank. Take so much production off of guns. I mean, yeah, do that. I hope we're not losing as many planes as we were before. We're still having to make up a deficit on our aircraft right now. Hold your positions. Hold your lines. Convoy. What is going on? Tank destroyers. What's this? Curtis P1 Hawk. Thank you. Oh, great. The Dutch took their exiles back. Their expeditionaries. Why? You guys aren't even doing anything. You're defeated. Help us out. Let's get a research slot from doing the focus. Expand the Office of Military Research. And ask the Dutch government for... What can we ask them to do? I mean, not much. Brazil. They need to focus on defensive. Help us, please. Just help us out. I just need aid in this war. I need some assistance beyond us just fighting. We're the major leader of this faction, so if we go down, that is terrible. Just hold our lines. We put so much into building up for this moment in time. We just have to defend constantly. And we'll have our next phase of forts ready in one province soon enough. The Germans are launching offensives. It's annoying. Oh well. Can we deploy these new divisions, please? Deploy them. Get them out here to make up for that loss in expeditionaries. Romania joined a commentary. Now there's a war. Invite the faction. Czechoslovakia, they want to join? Yes, you can join us. Invite the faction. Welcome them. Okay, so the Czechoslovaks will move from the east, and maybe that'll take some pressure off of us. I don't know. Maybe it will. I can't really say. But the Germans will have to go address that and stop their offensive so much. I mean, have they declared war? Or they just have a war? No, they declared war. Are they? I think they're invading Germany, not the other way around. And we are holding out here. Please don't lose any forts. The Germans are going to have to redo their front lines. Greenland calls us to this new war. If the Czechs can apply some pressure, we can move in. They're moving into an undefended German empire for the most part. Do we attack the Germans? Well, we're keeping them pinned down here, really. They can't bother. They can only move so many units to prevent us from just flooding across the areas they have conquered. And the Czechs, I hope, can get some help from the Germans now find themselves fighting on 2 more fronts. Are they going to move any divisions away from our border? They may. Can we start an attack just to see how weak they are? Attack from Eupen. Get that done? Yes, they are somewhat weak. We need a little bit more manpower before we try anything. They had to move a lot of units away, which, here's some 2 exile divisions from the Dutch. Put them with the 2nd Army. What's their template? Infantry template 6? Whatever. Take that province, though, to fall Moscow. The Soviet Union is not doing so well. They're fighting they're fighting a faction called the South American League, as well as the German Reich, the German empires, the Central Powers, and they're fighting the Japanese. So they're fighting in so many places. So do we attack, or what do we do? We could launch an attack, or take more provinces here. Use those cyclist divisions for something, maybe. That could work, or no, it won't. We need more manpower. Here's some Lend-Lease. Greece wants to move troops to our territory. Sure, do that. And the Germans are still moving units away from the border. They're relatively weak in this area. Move in and take Moselland. Research slot available. Research special forces and research mountaineers or something like that. We need more manpower. That's what we need before we can really go on the attack. French Commune pursues nuclear technology. It doesn't really matter, though, because they're a little busy losing their land right now. Attack here. Try to overwhelm the German defenders in these areas. Take a province or something like that. It's a loss for the Germans. They're forced to really... I don't know. They're going to be forced to spread out their units more. They're trying to attack Belgium. It doesn't go very well. Someone's been captured. How's Czechoslovakia doing? They're applying pressure. So is Romania. And they are pushing pretty hard. That is really relieving a lot of problems for the Soviet Union on the Eastern Front in Europe. But in the Eastern Front in Asia, it's not going well at all for the USSR, I think. And let's research construction 4. Good. Do we start attacking yet or no? We can't really risk it. We need more manpower. We just need more manpower. Hold this position here. Have we taken this province yet? We technically have not. Whatever. The Germans, United States cancels the Lend-Lease. The Czechoslovaks are now dealing with more resistance. Although the Germans still... Do we attack yet? What do we do? We only have so many divisions we can put on the line here. And it looks like the French Commune, and they're going to go down to Italy pretty soon. I think they got involved in a war with Italy over a war King Saul is defiant. Now Italy's invading Albania. How to say this? France was guaranteeing Greece or something, and Turkey attacked Greece, and then Italy and Greece joined together in one faction. Do we attack this province here? We could attempt it. Try, see what happens. Do this attack now, move in these units, take more Moselland, help out the Czechs, Czechoslovaks a little bit, and the Romanians. Is this working? I would say it kind of is, or no. They put more units there, it isn't. It's not working. But they have weakened their presence here overall. Stop the attack, please, it isn't working. Pause, we need more manpower. I'm going to help out the Czechoslovaks in an offensive probably, but I need more manpower. They have, how many units do we have? We have 32 plus 9, so they have 50 divisions, or no, I'm not looking at that right. I mean, it's just brutal. And Romania is still advancing into what was Soviet territory that's been occupied by the German Empire. Here's a non-aggression pact deal, doctrines available, air doctrine, get dive bombing unlocked. We have one squadron of close air support, which is somewhat useful. And do we attack now? Attack this one group of soldiers here. Which, yeah. Germany, please go and fight on more fronts. Go fight Italy or something. Or Austria. Do you not want to fight against Austria? No potential Anschluss at all? They don't want to do that? I guess not. I don't know what to do here. We could go on the offensive and risk it all. Because if we fail, the consequences could be that we have a very weak front line. It's something to consider quite a bit. And let's get more war support. Or no, we got to just build up enough political power to get this. We need more recruitable population before we do anything. An offensive on the scale that we need to win this war could cost us. And the Czechoslovaks are right outside Berlin, aren't they? That is crazy. The Germans are really fumbling now. We have researched small arms, 42. Start making that stuff, please. Peace conference and the French Commune got annexed. Go figure. Let us now not assault tactics, unlock that. We no longer get the effects of the Comintern influence. They wanted us to turn communist. It's not happening though. And it looks like the Italians have annexed all of France, which is something to see, truly. And now let's research Jungle Infantry 2. Are they at war with anyone now at all? I don't think they are. No, they're not. I don't know what they're going to do. Well, I mean, Turkey's at war with the Great American League, so I imagine the Italians are going to go get involved in that action. I don't know how they're going to do anything because they don't share any borders with them. So do we march more on the... I say, do we make our move or no? We need more manpower. A little bit more manpower. I know, Czechoslovakia, you're making a lot of progress, but Belgium needs more manpower before it even attempts anything. To make this process faster, I'm not even going to research anymore, do any more focuses after this one is done, because it costs us political power per day to do that process. And now we have a research slot available. We have like 6 research slots. Get an artillery upgrade. I can't believe I've been using basic artillery this entire time. That is embarrassing. So don't get any focuses done right now. We just need 150 political power. We get 2.06 a day, and when the time is right, we will launch an attack on the Germans with the hope of driving them back and taking all of their land. We could possibly go ahead and redo our front line, but I don't know if I want to do that at this time. Let's get these units deployed here. They're deployed now. And now, what can we do? No more divisions being made, please. Let's redo the front line we have set up for the Belgians so that it's more, it's more balanced in terms of where divisions are. So Army Group 1 is going to have one big front line. Get that done, please. Hopefully this doesn't backfire horribly. I hope it doesn't. Please don't. Get ready to go, though, and prepare to move on Germany and liberate the Netherlands from German control. So our front lines are being readjusted. It's going to take a moment, but the Germans, I don't know what they'll do. Will they attack anything while we're readjusting front lines? Yes, they launched one offensive. Besides that, they didn't do anything else. Are we going to move at all? Can we take this province up here? Is how that going to work? No, we can't do that. They have 5 divisions in some places. It's so frustrating. I mean, we should be able to win, you would think, by now, if we push. We just need a bit more manpower. They're right outside Berlin. knock down the door, knock on the Germans' door. I need to at least flip the conscription law before I start any offensive. Just a few more days before the Belgian military goes into overdrive. And how is equipment doing? Planes, I mean, we are in need of more fighters. Dive bombers are doing alright. We need more of everything, though. Czechoslovakia has really sort of saved us here. They put a lot more pressure on the Germans, and they have a pretty good military, too. So, German Empire, who's fighting us, as well. Oh, I think the Brazilians tried to launch a naval invasion. Didn't go well. The Czechoslovakia is putting pressure on the German Empire. They're also busy fighting the Romanians, as well as the Soviet Union and other Comintern members like Sweden, although Sweden has been kind of forgotten about. Special Forces has been researched, unlocked. Let's switch to service by conscription now, and now start researching nuclear research, and begin an offensive at this point. Let's launch it in 3, 2, 1. Will this backfire? Possibly. I mean, this is a balanced approach to doing it, so hopefully it goes well, but how this will ultimately proceed depends on how we perform in the offensive. So just help out the Belgians, take back Amsterdam if possible. They have so many units in Rotterdam, I don't know why. They just do. Move here, take this province, move toward Rotterdam, please. Greater fall of Stalingrad, Albania was capitulated, they got beaten by the Germans. No, they got beat by Italy, I think anyway. Wait, no, who's occupying them? Turkey is. Yeah, I thought, well, it's pretty much decided Albania would get defeated because once the French went down, they're totally exposed. Can we take Amsterdam, though? Get it done? Keep pushing forward? We are driving back the Germans. Thank you so much, Czechoslovakia. Well, and Romania. Romania and Czechoslovakia really sealed the deal for the Germans, who are overextended at this point, I would say. Hopefully, Sweden can put on more pressure soon. We need more fuel. Manpower's doing fine. We're doing fine with equipment also. No deficits whatsoever currently. Keep moving into Essen. Capture everything. Take this province here. Can we take it? Yes, we can. Put more pressure on the Germans, capture more provinces, and just force them to overextend, take Saarbrücken. Will we control the state if we do this? I don't have a clue. We just capture it, drive forward, help out the Belgians. We took back their capital, move here. Once we liberate all of the Dutch territory, we will proceed to reinstate them. They won't be an exiled state anymore, an exiled government. We just need to get this over with. Once we're in a position to help them. Is there any ports they control here? I don't think there is. Just defeat these German units who are stuck in the western part of the Netherlands. It has like 3 divisions, so those infantry divisions will be annihilated probably. Take back the rest of the Netherlands for the sake of the Benelux. Continue to push. Anti-war artillery is done. Great, now let's research the next artillery upgrade. I forgot to do this. Czechoslovakia has slowed down their push, but we are applying more pressure on our end, which should give them some relief, I would think. Take back these provinces. The Germans are still holding out for now. Somehow destroy their divisions, though. Are they encircled or not? I think they have a port. It doesn't matter. Just drive them out, defeat them, take more provinces. They're leaving so many things open for us to capture. That is absurd. Crazy. And at the very least now, I should recruit at least 1 division. And the Dutch are going to give us 1 unit, 1 thing of fighters per month, which is not great, but it's better than nothing. And let's reinstate the Netherlands. Can we do that now? Reinstate them. And the Netherlands is back in the fight since we retook all their country. Essentially, keep pushing forward for the Netherlands and the Benelux and Belgium. The Kingdom of Belgium needs more expeditionaries, though. Can we get those, please? Request expeditionaries. Will anyone provide to us? Hopefully. I'm hoping please give us something, anything at all. Nothing. They say no. Even though we liberated their country, Iceland says no. Even though they're the reason we are in this war. Czechoslovakia, I'm not worried about asking them for help because they're geographically disconnected from us. Continue pushing, however. We need more fuel also. Who do we trade with? Get some fuel from the USA. Stop trading as much for aluminum because we have taken some German provinces that have aluminum, maybe? I believe that's what happened. Just keep pushing, though. Drive forward. Drive forward. Show the Germans the might of the Belgian military, and the German army is just crumbling. Imperial Germany, led by Wilhelm III here, is not doing so great. To be fair, though, they are overextended quite a bit, and that is not helping their situation one bit. Please help out that 1 division that got encircled. That's an accident. That's a whoopsie. Rescue them, please. Rescue them. Hold your lines. Last stand. Do something like that anyway. And the Germans, that's ridiculous. Make our way toward, what is it? Stuttgart, or that place there. We're at Mainz. In many places, the Germans are just crumbling. Wilhelmshaven has fallen. It's technically occupied by the Dutch, although we are the ones who took it. Let's take more northern Germany. And then Sweden, and well, I guess the Union of Britain landed in Denmark, and now they're pushing into the German country. This is crazy. So, what can we do now? Select the technology to research. Get excavation 4. Great. Continue to drive toward Frankfurt. Let's go. Get there. Get there. Come on. Reach Brunswick now. Take Brunswick. Stop them from protecting it. Can we get a division deployed? I need more fuel. Where's the fuel? I need fuel. Are we not trading anyone for fuel? Get 2 factories on fuel trade. Good. And surprisingly, the German Navy has not been that big of a threat for us. Let's deploy our Navy. Speaking of which, these are just license-produced ships from the Dutch. Just deploy them in the North Sea and see what they can do. Just harass the Germans. The Greater Luxembourg State has joined the Covenant of the Mediterranean. That's the Italian faction. Make our way to Hamburg. And now let's research doctrines of the present or something like that. Let's be more aggressive in the execution of our offensive, because it's clear to me the Germans are not really going to recover from our offensive too well. So push toward Berlin. We'll meet the Czechoslovaks there probably. Just rendezvous with them, and then push onward to Prussia or wherever else the Germans are holding out. We also need more manpower, I think. And let's move our Air Force slightly move them out of the Benelux, Low Countries region. Put them in Western Germany, focus there, put on some pressure, just get all of Southern Germany to fall, then we'd be in a good position. Here's some more military factories. We have captured quite a few. Get some more guns manufactured. We got to get upgrades for the entire military, for the army. And our forces are engaging. Our submarine navy is engaging Did we lose our subs? No. Oh well. It was a German U-boat unit. And we have... Let's keep some units on northern Germany. Or not, we're fine. Keep pushing there slightly. Help out Denmark. And push back whatever's left of the German defenses there. We're making our way. We have taken Stuttgart. Terrific. Take the rest of this part. Whatever the French-German border was. Capture all of that. And let's get some guns. Good. And we have more guns being manufactured. These poor Germans are going to be trapped in this port for the remainder of this war, probably. Germans are trying to launch an offensive. They kicked out the Union of Britain slightly, I think. Possibly. Keep putting pressure on southern Germany, which is seeming to be less and less protected. It looks like that anyway. And we need to deploy more divisions when possible. I think that'd be a good idea. Do we stop advancing for now? Continue, take Kiel. Just capture it. Keep the pressure going. Czechoslovakia has paused somewhat because of the enemy opposition. We're trying to help them out though, just to give them some, just link up with them and just give them a larger front line to battle on. Just move forward. We have unlocked some new tech, artillery related tech. And Republic of Guatemala wants to join the Benelux. Are they at war with anyone? Let me check. Are they at war with anyone at all? I don't think that'd be the best idea. They are not. What is Mexico doing? They're not being very aggressive, so sure. Or no, we are better off without them. I don't know. Could be a risk if we did it, because sometimes Central America can have some wars that can pull in a lot of factions, and I don't want to have any extra wars right now. I just want my nearly guaranteed victory against the Germans, honestly. And let's research Marines, start researching more stuff, get some upgrades in the close air support, as well as in, what is it here? Get an upgrade in what? Let's research Dispersed Industry 4. Should I stop executing my battle plans so aggressively? I would think not. I mean, okay, let's just go to balance, because we need to at least have a breather for the Belgian military, who feels like it's on the cusp of victory against its enemy that once threatened it so much. And I wonder if Luxembourg joining the Italian-Turkish faction is going to mean anything. I don't think it will. They're busy fighting the South American League right now. Continue our push, though. And let's go back in the offensive soon. We need more manpower flowing into our front lines. Recruit this one division. That's it. I mean, deploy them. We're going to deploy no more divisions. I mean, train any more divisions. Leningrad has fallen. The Germans go on an offensive. That's a problem. A little bit of a problem there, indeed. Push here. There's no units at all in this area. Drive forward from that territory controlled by the Germans. I mean, the British. Okay, don't go on the offensive, though. Brazil wants their expeditionaries back, so they took them back. Canada dissolves its faction. You want to join ours? What faction were you possibly leading? I'll let you join mine, Canada. They did not want to join. Okay, well, I tried. I have no clue what happened there, I guess. I don't know what faction they even had. It was so... It didn't do anything, so nobody even know. I don't even know what the faction was called. And what do we need to produce now? More advanced artillery, is that right? Free dockyards, make more submarines that may get destroyed at some point. That's a possibility. And the Germans have launched a counterattack. It doesn't really go anywhere, though. And our units are getting more manpower. Good. And do we launch the offensive once more? I say, let me redo this. Readjust my front lines here. And we'll begin another offensive in about a week. I think that's fair. So just continue pushing toward Berlin and I hope that will capitulate the German Empire, will force them to surrender. And we have launched an offensive, apparently, or not. Well, some unit is trying to retake some lost territory, I believe. It's not really going anywhere. It's not going anywhere at all. And let's wait to the end of, 20th of March. We'll begin the attack after that. Checking on Czechoslovakia, they're still not really doing much after that initial flurry of activity. Also, Romania has slowed down somewhat. And that is an issue because we need them to be more aggressive for our sake if we want to continue such a rapid Belgian blitzkrieg, I guess you could call it, this Belgian lightning war. And so I gotta wait a little bit. Do we begin now? Okay, it's almost the 20th. Good. So let's begin. We have 10,000 manpower in reserve. That won't be enough to really do too much. We just need everything to succeed. Execute the battle plan aggressively once more. Overwhelm the Germans if possible. Take all of Bavaria. We just got a rendezvous with the Czechs, Czechoslovakia. Overwhelm whatever they have in front of us. Some areas are going to fall easier than others. Bavaria is going down, though. We now have a border with Austria. Believe it or not, that has happened. We do, in fact, have a border with them. Keep pushing forward. Wurzburg is in our reach where we took it. And Berlin is so close, so very close. We're going to take Brandenburg soon. I just need to trap a lot of these German divisions in Bavaria. I need to aim to accomplish that. They're really just leaving them here to die, it seems. Well, they're just leaving such a thin line of defense, it's absurd. And the Germans are still holding out. I give them that. They are trying. We need to probably... Let me transfer. Forget keeping these guys on the defensive. All garrison divisions are going to be part of Army 2 now. Send them to go fight in Bavaria and finish off whatever German resistance is remaining there. And we'll attack once we can. Doctrines available. Let's unlock infiltration in depth, and we're done with our land doctrine tree. Great. And we're fighting for Erfurt right now. Brandenburg is still not captured. To follow Baku, that is a city belonging, well, it's in Azerbaijan. And the Germans are doing so well. We just need to make sure the Soviet Union doesn't collapse before the war ends. We essentially got to beat the Germans before they beat the Soviets. We're in a race against time, more or less. Manpower, could be doing better. We're probably going to up the conscription wall as soon as possible. Let's do the focus, revise air doctrine. Get that done. Let's get the next artillery upgrade, because we do need it. It would help our troops out quite a bit if they could have more effective artillery. And the Dutch, for some reason, aren't doing anything, even though we have basically saved their front line. Can we get expeditionaries, please? Anything from the Netherlands? Anything at all? Netherlands? Anything? We helped you out. Okay, whatever. I should have not reinstated them. That was a mistake. I liked when they gave us exile divisions. Whatever. Keep moving forward, though. Are these guys cut off yet? They're not. We gotta connect that front line. I want to get it done. Some buildings are being sabotaged, whatever. Let's stop worrying about constructing forts right now, because that's in the rear view mirror at this point, since I'm pretty sure we're going to win this war if we can just get more manpower. We need more manpower. Here's some Lend-Lease from the excavation force done. A few fighters from the slow down the attack, please. Move to be more balanced. We need more manpower. I notice that's an issue. So slow down the assault. Berlin is within our grasp. I can feel it. And here's some. We'll make more weapons. Did the British... Oh, they did land here. They landed in the northern part of Poland. They took Danzig. Crazy. Munich is still... Did we take Munich? I think... No, we haven't taken Munich. We have not done that. Czechoslovakia, this would be so much better if you actually helped go on the offensive here. Like, it would help us out immensely. Get some more rifles made, though. Research slots available. Go to planes, just do a spiteful. It's far ahead of what we currently have. I'm just doing it to do it. And let's get shock troops to research, because we can. Great. And these Germans here are practically encircled. Get some Lend-Lease from the Romanians, and let's go to the next conscription law. All adults serve. That's how serious this is. We just need to kick down the door and defeat the Germans that way. I mean, it's very obvious their country is not doing too well in this war at this point. Let me check the war score. They are at, the war statistics. They need 15% or less of their victory points to capitulate, and they're at 34%. If they lose Berlin and Munich, it's over. It has to be over. Move on, Berlin, please. Attack Berlin. Help us out, Czechoslovakia. They aren't going to do anything. We need manpower. So much manpower. We need a lot of it. Ridiculous. We need more manpower. I think that's the issue anyway. Can no one give us manpower at all? I don't even want to bother with what is it? Bother with the garrison. We just got to focus so hard on pushing forward right now. Can somebody give us garrison support? Brazil, you have tons of manpower. Help us out. Garrison support. They won't give us any. Thank you, Brazil. That's really helpful. But let's start this offensive and drive forward. Be aggressive again. As long as we can focus on reinforcements. Defeat the Germans to get it done. Try to link up with Czechoslovakia. Can you give us garrison support, Czechoslovakia? They say no, of course. Iceland, no. Denmark, no, the Netherlands. They also say nothing. Belgium, do you even have a say in the matter? They say no. They don't have enough manpower. We don't really need more foreign manpower? Whatever. Okay, so keep pushing. The fall of Berlin has occurred. And victorious Belgian soldiers march through the streets of Berlin after fierce fighting and around the gate of Brandenburg, the Reichstag, and the Reich Chancellery. Anyway, the Belgian flag now flies over the Reichstag. Meanwhile, special teams are sent to search through the city and capture any German official that would be trapped in the besieged city. So let's continue onward and overwhelm whatever's left of the German defenders of this country. We have Berlin now, but we just need to make sure they don't get it back. And have we linked up? Okay, we have linked up with the Czechoslovakian military now. Well, yeah, we're trying to defeat whatever's left of the German military in Munich. Their army is really suffering here pretty badly. Keep pushing forward when possible. Hold on to Berlin, or aim to anyway. Here's some military factories. Good. Put them all on guns. Czechoslovakia is doing, I don't know. Let me check the war score. If they lose Munich, it's over. It has to be over. Get to Munich, please. Get there. Attack from another angle. I don't care. Just defeat whatever. Also, these encircled units. They got cut off in like a mini pocket near the in Franken. Japanese shogunate has assumed leadership of the People's Front. That is the faction, I think, that was founded by the Chinese Soviet Republic or whatever. Or communist China, essentially. We're still nowhere closer to capturing Munich, even though these guys are cut off. Do we need more troops down there? Probably. And the Union of Soviet... And there's a war in the Soviet Union. Great. Union of Britain... What is going on? I don't care. And there's a peace conference there about the South American League. Some land was divided up. Romania joined a covenant of the Mediterranean. And is Italy going to fight the Germans now? Yes, they are. Is that right? What is going on? The German Empire has capitulated. Who's fighting who? I'm confused. Tuvan People's Republic joined the Union of the Mediterranean. This is such a mess. Uruguay joined the Mediterranean faction. What are the Germans doing now? They lead the Central Powers. Who's a member of their faction? It's just them in Greenland. It should be over. It is. And what we're going to do is just pass. I have player-led peace conferences on, I will admit that. And I'm going to just take everything in Germany. We're just going to take it all for Belgium. And my reasoning here is that the ruling dynasty of Belgium is of the, it's the House of Belgium nowadays, I think, as of recording in 2022. But they're essentially the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, which is a dynasty from Germany. So this makes sense, definitely. Let me just intern again. I need to just intern to get enough political power, don't I? Probably. That would be probably ideal. So let's intern several times, intern, get to like 50,000 or whatever, or 10,000. 10,000 should be enough. I'm going to release Denmark as, say, a puppet state. I'm also going to keep the German Empire, well, Germany around, but they will just have Prussia. Just put them in Prussia, and that'll be that. So what can we do? Satellite the Polish Republic. They'll be satellited. Satellite the Republic of Lithuania. Satellite the Kingdom of Denmark. Good. And keep Greenland intern. And pass constantly. Keep passing. Pass. What's this here? Federated Republic of Polynesia. I don't know how they got involved in the peace conference, but satellite them as well as Mauritania. Why is Mauritania involved in this? I have no idea. Republic of Senegal. Cayenne, Guinea, intern. May have had something to do with their colonies. I have no idea. Intern, well, not intern, but just get enough political power to take everything we want. And Belgium, well, we'll let the Germans have part of their land still. So take Hessen, take all this, take everything here, Westphalen, take this, take that, Brandenburg, Berlin, Saxony. Great, and let's leave the Germans with everything else. Supervised state. There we go, and let's intern. Oh, whoops, I forgot something. That's awkward. Well, they have Silesia still, or North Silesia, I believe it's called. It'll be fine, Hit done, though. Well, can we reset? No, it's too late. Okay, hit done. And that is that. The Kingdom of Belgium has ended all of its wars, and I'm not going to get involved in any more of them. Let me check our puppet list, though. Look at this mighty Kingdom of Belgium. We have the Polish Republic, Denmark, their subjects, German Republic, Republic of Senegal, Mauritania, Cayenne, Federated Republic of Polynesia, and the state of Greenland. They're all supervised states now. And Belgium controls most of Germany. I forgot this part of Silesia, but it controls the majority of Germany. And just admire that wonderful Belgian Empire. And I'm going to end this playthrough here. Let me just stop this Navy from doing what they're doing, remove the region. I'm going to end this playthrough here. You can check out the road 256 in the video description. The link to the mod is there. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe.